So we had last week to the listeners. Actually, it's last week to us as well. Scrap that bit. I'll start again. I'll cut that out.
Where are you, Christian?
Nothing.
That
Everybody.
didn't happen.
Okay, let's do that.
You listen to the Deleted Scene podcast. We're here, guys. We made it.
Yay!
We made it to a second recording. That was the goal, and we achieved it.
Hey!
And we're done.
I feel like the
Let's go
bar's
home.
pretty low there.
Yeah.
I like
Yes.
it. Achievable goals.
Yeah.
We are a gaggle of London-based filmmakers and writers and actors and Kelly's cast director, plus a physicist from Milton Keynes, because every podcast should have one.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Christian. You might know me online as the One Bearded Man on my YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all these other things. Actually, that's probably it. I write and I make movies, and I generally make things. I'm working on a board game at the moment. I just make stuff. That's kind of my thing. To my left is Mel, who's representing Acting Hour.
Yeah, the lovely acting hour. I'm representing acting hour and myself.
And yourself. You're also present and existent.
Yes, I'm also in existence. We know about acting hour. We did. Lydia had our little explanation of acting
She
hour.
did.
So we know about that.
Well, I'll say now that we are sponsored. This is a podcast is a joint production of Flitter Films and Acting Hour. And you can go to Acting Hour for all your movie news and reviews, interviews,
and networking needs.
Networking needs.
Yes.
I write on there. Joey writes on there. He's not here today, unfortunately. But yeah, I write as a critic on the website, and Mel and Lydia run it. Lydia was on the first episode, but she's not on this one.
She has left us.
She's not going to be a regular.
She's now turned into a zombie for the Halloween episode. Yay! But no, other than the joyous acting hour, I am, as you mentioned, also an actor. Generally seem to be typecast as a sociopath, so that's good to know. Apparently,
good for Halloween.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's always where I seem to be consistently the crazy person in plays, films, etc. You can find me on Twitter at Melly Crossy, also Facebook, Melly Crossy again, and Instagram, which I think is Melly Crossy, but I don't know my own Instagram address. That's how good I am at technology.
You're also a wolf.
Thanks. I'm also a wolf today, yes, because
Excellent.
obviously a terrifying wolf.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you do
scared.
manage to find my Instagram account, there is a lovely picture of me as a terrifying wolf.
Excellent. This is the Halloween episode, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before. We've talked about Halloween a lot, but this is the Halloween episode, sort of. It's definitely Halloween and not the middle of October for us at all. But yeah, no, this will be going up the week before. So it's been a few days before Comic-Con, and then Halloween is at the end of Comic-Con, which kind of was a bit awkward because we knew we wanted to cover Comic-Con, but it kind of interrupts Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just there's going to be a big weekend, which is a long weekend, which is just one big excuse to wear silly clothes, really.
Which is my life, essentially.
To my right is the physicist from Milton Keynes,
Yay!
Mr. Mackie Poor.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I don't. You won't know me from any electronic media or social media or anything like that, because I don't do any.
No, you are not online person. Yeah, you have for friends and stuff, but yeah, you're not an online personality.
I have no personality at all. So
You soon
Matt,
will
in
be
fact,
though.
lives in a hole
exactly.
We're going to drag
Well,
you
Milton
in.
in Milton Keynes.
Exactly. Yeah. What do? I physics
He physics,
and such like.
physicizes. Excellent work. Kaylee's too busy laughing to introduce her.
Hi.
At Mission Control, we have Kaylee, our lovely producer.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm alright. Yeah. I'm good. I'm looking forward to the Halloween episode.
The Halloweeniness.
The Halloweeniness.
All the
That's not
Halloweenies.
even- We're just inventing words now.
That's a thing to do.
The delirium of
Sure.
the Halloween episode, I think, has kicked
I-
in with us now.
Yeah, exactly.
Too excited.
Exactly. Yeah, you introduced me as a casting director. I'm also a producer as well. I do
You
both.
do plays and stuff. You're in charge.
I produce and I cast.
And she cares.
And I cares. And I care. Yeah. If you watched the first episode, I am the one who cares. Brilliant. I'm getting that on a t-shirt.
We don't have, as I mentioned, we don't have Jay with us. Jay with us on the. He's going to be. He's a regular, but he just couldn't make it today.
Nope.
He's
For
being
various
attacked by
reasons.
tiny ghouls.
He is,
Yes.
or children, as some might call us.
That too.
Us, call them.
How old are you, Christian?
Oh, the beard is what fools you.
Ah,
You
see, it's all part of an elaborate
I'm
disguise.
really
Yeah.
5.
Cool.
But Jay's not here with us today, unfortunately. So,
Nope.
but we've got him on Facebook and Twitter that we can converse and get his opinions on things. He's
Yeah.
already sent us some movie news that is outraging him that we'll talk about in a minute.
Yep. We
I
will.
can feel the anger through the phone. To be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah.
He's got good reason. It's quite terrible, horrifying news for the Halloween
Yeah.
period.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick shout out because I'm producing a theatre play,
A proper
a
play.
proper theatre play, and it's Shakespeare. And it starts well, it's a double bill of Shakespeare rep of Othello and Twelfth Night.
And
upstairs
actually
in the
two
gatehouse.
of my favourite Shakespeare, so I'm excited
You're
about
already
this. I'm
sold.
definitely coming.
So just to do a shout out of that it's the 1st to the 19th of November. And if you, I'm just gonna put in the show notes a link to all the information. It's a company called Arrow and Traps Theatre Company that are doing it, and it's really exciting. So
Cool. When is
Othello and Twelfth Night,
When is it on?
the 1st
in
to the
November.
19th of
Okay.
November.
That's good. I was just checking it wasn't going to be on because this isn't going to go out for a couple of weeks. So just
Yeah.
make sure it wasn't on between now and
It's
then.
November, so
Yeah.
so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
come
you should
see
be
some
listening.
Great people doing some great Shakespeare. It's gonna be fun.
Yay.
You should be listening to this on the. Well, you can listen to wherever the hell you want, but it should be going out on the 25th, I believe. Is that's the Wednesday, 25th or 26th. We're currently in a slightly odd position because the first episode hasn't gone out yet, so it still feels a little weird. It still feels like once we're in a regular routine, I feel like this will feel more normal.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, we're just recording stuff for fun.
Yeah, I'm
Theoretically-
recording this and I'm actually 28, but when you listen to it, I will be 29.
And if
Ooh,
this is coming out on
spooky,
the Wednesday, that is my birthday.
Yes.
So, everyone buy me a drink. That's all I'm saying.
We're gonna see
Thank
you in the
you.
streets.
Spot the redhead in the street.
I'm 5
Every redhead in the street, just buy them a random
Yeah.
drink, just in case it's Mel.
I am
I think that's rules
also-
for life.
I'm
in
also
general.
a redhead.
That sounds like it could be
Yeah,
an actual
Kaylee
holiday
needs
or
drinks as
something.
well, so it always works.
I will have belated birthday drinks. I'm also a redhead. So just
Yay.
any redhead you
You
see,
score either way.
give them a drink.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Chances are it's either me or you.
We're the only two in London.
Well,
Yay!
That's how it works.
Well, by the time you hear this, I would have been dead for many centuries now. This is the 9th iteration of The Matrix.
If you're listening to this, I'm already dead.
So depressing.
Oh dear.
Exactly. Well, I'm haunting the airwaves. Because it's Halloween, you see.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'll
exactly.
just live on in the internet for
Forever now.
Ever, yeah.
Great.
Strong work.
Sounds cool.
So yeah, so the first episode should go up in 3 days' time. It's going to go up this week. I've fully cut it and I've listened to it a million times. And I'm sick of the sound of all our voices.
Aw.
We hope
But yeah,
you
no,
don't have the
it's
same
exciting.
impression.
Yes.
Our voices are actually really nice.
Well,
Yeah.
Just Christian's.
I've listened to the same
grumpy.
show like 5 times in a row in the last couple of days. It's kind of it's like
Do you now hear our voices in your sleep?
I haven't yet.
Because I used
I
to have
haven't
this.
slept.
I used to work in a supermarket that I shall not name, working on the tills. And when I finished work, I would still hear the beep from the till
Oh, the
in my ears.
Beep.
It never ended. So I'm feeling that's the same thing that you have now. with
We've
our
got-
lovely voices.
It's going to be slightly off the topic, but I used to work in a climbing wall, and the girl who was at
in the climbing wall.
yeah.
It popped out.
Actually, yeah, there was actually a little door that you could go inside behind the climbing wall.
And then you sort of push people off from
Amazing.
inside.
You just leap out. So, "Rah!" But the girl Jane who worked on the kind of till taking all the bookings, she once said to us, "Yeah, so the thing is, I do this so often that I just stand here, answer the phone, type in people's names, that I go home, have my dinner, whatever it is, go to sleep, and in my dreams I stand at the till, answer phones, type people's names in, then I wake up, I go to work, stand at the till. It's like she can never escape from
That's so sad. Just
Horrifying.
never-ending day of work.
I know, yeah. It's kind of
I,
like, yeah,
um,
you really need to do something else with your life.
I once my only sort of thing for this topic is that which is a great topic, is that I once worked a 12-hour shift on a boat, a festival that was a rave, and the whole day was just for 12 hours. And then I went back to my tent and I couldn't sleep because the only thing I had in my brain was and it was like drove me absolutely bonkers. And the next day I woke up and did another 12 hours on the same boat.
I think that should actually be the jingle for our podcast. It's catchy, guys.
And then just dupa mixed with beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep, dupa, beep, beep.
Right, we're rehauling the whole show now. It's
Anyway,
I think that's the kind of as a very horror topic. You're trapped in the mundane.
Trapped in the-
existence,
yeah, we should make a film.
listening to shit electronic music.
yes.
Trapped forever in Radio 1.
Yes.
Hey,
That's my idea of hell.
I actually like Radio 1.
Really?
I do. I actually do like Radio 1.
Yeah.
Well, that's us.
Yes.
That's fully
bring that to a
explained who
close.
we are.
Yes. Yes,
Let's
it
see what's happening
has.
in movie news. What's happening with movie news? So last week we talked about Marvel versus DC. That was our subject.
Yeah.
New pics have been released from Wonder Woman and from Justice League. We've had pictures of Superman from the Justice League set.
Oh my God,
Yes.
he's not dead.
How
Dun,
excited
dun, dun.
are we all? Not very would be the
no.
answer. Like,
Nope.
yeah.
No.
Still not excited.
No. I mean,
can't-
I'd see it still. I don't know. It's that thing of I don't know how many mistakes they can make before I genuinely give up.
I
Yeah.
think I
I
gave up a
mean,
while ago.
The
you
odds
know?
are not in their
You didn't see
favour.
BVS.
No.
Batman vs Superman. Sorry, BVS.
B-
Oh, no, I'm totally with you. I
BBS.
think-
I really- I thought-
BVS. Yeah. That's what it is on
BVS.
Twitter.
BV.
I thought it was Batman 5, Superman.
Yes.
Could well be.
If there was 5 Batmans versus Superman, it might be a bit more interesting.
Well, in that vein, the Suicide Squad is due for release, and it's going to be 12 minutes longer.
Oh, the DVD.
The DVD.
Yeah,
they
the
fixed it,
extended
guys.
version.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
12 extra minutes.
extra minutes.
That's gonna explain everything.
Because
then,
when I
isn't
see a
it,
bad
really?
film, I just think if only it was longer.
Yeah.
If
Like
only there was more
12
film.
minutes. It's
I
like,
mean, this could steal more of my life.
I mean, it's better than 10 minutes extra, but it's not quite as good as 15 minutes extra. It's
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of
it's just
in the
extra
middle.
stuff. I mean, I want to see I want to see the original cut that there supposedly was. That everyone says
Yeah,
there
like the
was. I wouldn't
director's
mind
cut.
watching that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't need to be longer. And people have said this before that it's if DC are just going to release a dodgy film at the cinema and then release a slightly better, longer version on DVD, well, why the hell am I going to go to the cinema?
Yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
really
I'll just
encourage
wait and
you,
buy the
does it?
DVD because it's going to be better and there's going to be more of it,
Is it?
and I'll own it.
Is it?
Well, in theory,
Gonna
in
be less
theory.
bad.
No,
Like-
because I've seen the extended version of Batman vs
Oh,
Superman, and
yeah.
I mean,
It's not better.
It's I don't know.
yeah.
It just seems odd. If you're gonna, even if you,
Yeah,
I
if,
don't know.
if your business plan is to release a film and then release a DVD saying, no, actually, we fixed the film.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially
I
when,
mean,
when
how
buying a
annoyed
DVD,
would be- yeah.
yeah, it basically costs the same as going to the cinema,
Yeah,
except you get to own the film.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
if you don't like it, you could sell it. You could, you know.
So it's actually much better. Yeah.
Use,
Yeah.
It
use it as
doesn't
a coaster.
incite a lot of.
Exactly.
Use as a cause.
Yeah, you can't do that with your cinema tickets.
No, I have a lot of cinema tickets though, 'cause I collect them. So I just have a big box of cinema tickets that's kind of exploding with all the cinema tickets that's in there right now.
In addition, at New York Comic Con, I heard that Ben Affleck, when he was asked about the Batman film, said, "Don't ask me about the Batman film." It's more or less sort of said, "Hey, let's not talk
Let's
about it.
move away
Don't
from
worry
that."
about it. Just don't talk about it," which is weird. Kind of like weird thing to say.
Yeah.
I think he's had enough of people asking him why it's so shit.
Yeah, but is it being made though? That's what kind of makes me think. Is there a possibility that the Batman's not? Because it's not in production
Maybe
yet,
it's kind
is
of.
it?
No.
fallen-
Are they
They've
waiting
just
to see how
finished
Wonder
Justice
Woman
League, haven't
does?
they? They've
Yeah,
just
could
finished
be.
Justice League.
Yeah, but he's being very, let's not
Yeah.
worry about it.
The thing
But
is, for me, I think we've got quite a lot of Batman stuff already.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, would be quite happy to see something new and different.
Yeah.
How badly do we need another Batman film?
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like Batman and Spider-Man seems to be the one that is just constantly done, and I think sometimes you do need a bit of a break and a bit of a new idea. I mean, we're essentially in a world of filmmaking where you've constantly got remakes, reboots.
Yeah.
God, they never
Yeah.
seem to do anything different, so it would be nice to
I'd
have a
rather
different
have
character.
the Flash movie earlier
Yeah.
than to have another
Actually,
Batman.
yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I've got anything against Batman. If they can do a good
No.
Batman film, great. But
I know, I love
But
Batman.
I
He's
don't see
one of
any
my
evidence that
favourites.
they can.
Can
Yeah.
they?
Well, at least these things like Doctor Strange. That's a new kind of slightly different thing. Was that
Yeah.
trailer out this week or was that last week? Because I definitely saw it this week. But was it?
It was out last.
There was one out
It's
last
It's
week.
out a couple of weeks ago. They have.
Not sure.
the
Doctor
new
Strange will be
one.
out by the time this goes out.
Yeah, actually, well,
it's
we would've
25th of
all
October, isn't it?
seen it.
Yeah,
I'm.
it goes out. I think it might be the day. The day that this podcast comes out.
Day before.
We're so behind the times, guys.
Oh
Yeah.
dear Lord!
But
so we've lost it.
But we will
We've
after
lost
we've
our
seen
audience
it.
already.
Talk about it on the show, on the podcast.
We'll
and
review it at Comic Con.
Yeah,
the
we'll
Comic-Con
review
episode,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So,
we won't be too far behind the times.
yeah, How are we thinking about? What are we thinking about for Doctor Strange? Because I mean,
I'm kind of biased because it's got Benedict Cumberbatch in it and I love him.
okay.
So I kind of automatically want to watch it, but I do quite like the idea of that. I mean, it's not a character that I know a huge amount about.
Yes,
and
yeah, it's true.
So which is quite nice, again, as we
Because
said,
it's
something
new.
new. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've had a few dodgy kind of casting things going on with it. I mean, I love Tilda Swinton, but
But she's not an Asian.
she's definitely not Asian.
No.
Yeah.
She can play a lot of things, but
She can. And she has. She's
yeah.
played. Yeah.
she is one of my favorite actresses. But yeah, it was just, I think, just a slightly bad decision.
It was
to
the-
It's
get her
it's
in
a
that.
shame.
It was the
Yeah.
positive message of gender swapping for more female roles, and then they whitewashed it, which kind of
Yeah.
undid the
Yeah,
goodwill they
yeah,
gained.
yeah.
Because you can't do both at the same
No,
time.
it's like-
No. yeah, it's true. So
From the trailer though, it did look very CG heavy. I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
up to
Yeah,
because
it looks-
magic,
Yes,
looks
it does.
but there are some bits, particularly in the trailer, where it
trippy
looks,
and
oh, it's Benedict Cumberbatch standing in front of a green screen.
yeah.
And it really just looked
I
like
love
that.
Yeah.
It looks very
I mean,
strange.
it's there's a bit in
Strange.
there's a bit in the Phantom Menace, I think it is, where they're all kind of talking to the Gungans,
Okay.
you know, and you kind of just look and you go, it's Liam Neeson and thingy just standing in a green screen studio.
Right,
and you
yeah,
can
yeah.
so obviously
There's a lot
see
of that
the-
in the Star Wars prequels. You're just
Yeah.
like,
Ooh, yeah, you're definitely standing in a green
So
screen.
my-
Well, speaking of Star Wars, a new Rogue One trailer did drop. I haven't
Yeah.
actually seen it.
I've seen it. It's
am-
good.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty much on board anyway because I thought the first trailer was really good, and
Yeah.
I'm not a Star Wars fan as such.
No, I mean
I
I've
don't
seen
have
all the
anything
Star
against
Wars
the
films.
series.
It does look pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
I did get slightly worried about the main character, where she was saying things like, "Oh, this is a rebellion. I'm going to rebel." I was like, "That doesn't don't do things like
yeah.
that." The rest of it seemed pretty good. I was kind of positive about that. And
Yeah.
again, it's kind of it's a story in the Star Wars universe that's not related to any of the previous characters. They don't really appear in it. It's
Yeah.
all new people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, I'm kind of on board with this. This could be. I want to see new and different people rather than.
That's kind of what you
Yeah.
and me said about the Force Awakens. That we were really liked the new stuff,
Yeah.
and the old stuff maybe not so much.
Yeah, it wasn't really
It's just,
yeah,
felt
necessary.
a bit
I
like
think,
fan
lots of the old
service
stuff.
at a
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
That I was much more invested in the new characters than I was in the old characters.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Mm,
I wanted
yeah,
to see
yeah,
the
yeah.
new characters doing things. I didn't want to find out what the old characters had done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Millennium Falcon showing up in Force Awakens was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then immediately Han Solo
Yeah.
and Chewbacca would be like, oh, it's not so cool anymore. So
Yeah,
somehow
exactly.
it's kind of
Although, to be fair, I wouldn't have cut Chewie out of it. 'Cause
no, but it seemed very shoehorned in.
it was very, as you say, fan
Yeah,
service.
it
It's like
was.
they switched the Millennium Falcon on, and they magical magnetism
Yeah.
subtracted Han
Yeah.
Solo immediately to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I just didn't think Harrison Ford was very good in that, kind of acting very well either. And
Yeah.
it felt much more like sort of early 2000s knowing kind of writing, as it were.
Mm.
It didn't feel like he was Han Solo at this kind of point in age. It felt like he knew he was in a film. And go, we'll find the weak spot. There's always a weak spot. And go, it's like I could almost hear him saying, "I've been in these kind of films before. There's always a weak spot in this."
Yeah.
film."
He had a few good moments. I liked when Finn said, "We'll use the Force." Like, the Force doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot! Slap him.
Yeah.
That was quite good. But yes, okay. So, what other news do we have? Guy Ritchie is going to
Wait.
Start with me.
Wait.
you
Because
wanna say
I've got
this?
this about. I've got three what the fuck movie news sections. One of
Okay.
which is including what you were just about to say.
All right. Well, let's go over. Let's go over to Kaylee for what the fuck movie news.
What-
Apparently,
This is our new
Brand new-
segment, guys.
Brand new segment because there's quite a lot of stuff going on. There's just what the fuck movie news. So number one, which you just about to say, is that obviously after the Jungle Book, with Jon Favreau directing the Jungle Book, they've decided to just do more Disney films into live action. So Jon Favreau is also apparently doing the Lion King as
yeah.
well.
Live action, as in live CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not.
They
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
actual lions running around.
This is
Damn
a live CGI movie. Whatever the hell that means.
Live CGI movie. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because with the Jungle Book there was at least a human
child, yeah.
character, and then there were the animals, and the Lion King is just
Animals.
Animals.
It's just meant
But-
to look realistic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. But the really what the fuck news? Because actually when I read it, I just kind of went, wait, what? Is the fact that Guy Ritchie is going to direct a live action remake of Aladdin.
Okay.
And
Because we were all calling for that to happen.
Yeah, that was.
And when we found out about this, me and Jay started talking about potential casting for the Guy Ritchie
Jason
live
Statham
action.
as Aladdin.
Casting for
or-
Guy
So we've got either Jason Statham or Mark Strong as Jafar.
Oh, I actually would really like to see Mark Strong as Jafar.
We've got Vinnie Jones as the genie. And I personally put down Toby Kebbell, because I love Toby Kebbell and he deserves to put better roles. Toby Kebbell as Aladdin, but I wasn't entirely sure how old Aladdin's supposed to be.
I feel like Toby
Aladdin
Kebbell
in the
deserves to be in
film,
better films.
In the
He
original
does.
thing, Aladdin was 18 or 19, and Jasmine was 14 or 15.
Yeah. So
Aladdin is Donald Trump.
I've got.
That's a bit extreme.
May have escalated a little bit there.
Yeah,
but-
Donald
in
Trump
What the
is
Fuck
rich.
News, Aladdin is now
So
played by
ridiculous.
Donald Trump.
Oh God.
We've got Idris Elba as the Sultan.
Actually, no. Think
That could
about
work.
it.
I thought
Yeah,
that was
that would be
interesting.
great.
Think about it. Donald Trump does have a magic rug.
True. See, I meant that to
Wow.
happen.
I couldn't,
Clearly thought
we
this through.
couldn't think of anybody else for Iago because it just has to be Gilbert Godfrey because who else could play him?
Yeah, he's
Because
too-
Yeah,
just
you need
too
that
iconic a
voice.
voice.
too amazing. So that is let's let that sink in. Guy Ritchie is doing a live action remake of Aladdin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of would like to see someone like Jackie Mason be the genie.
And so I just like the fact that
Oh,
Kaylee
no.
deflated at the end of that. Just went. for ages.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Mel Brooks is the genie.
Mel Brooks.
See, now
Mel
that
Brooks
that would
be
work.
great.
Has he still got it in him?
Oh, I hope so.
I think so.
I hope he's going to last forever.
I
Well,
also
yes.
hope that he will last forever.
Yeah.
Surely he could do
Actually.
like one line and then take a day off and then come back and do another line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
work around it.
So,
What else you got, Kaylee?
So my favorite what the fuck movie is okay. So Transformers,
Oh yeah.
the last night. The plot is still unknown. If you go to the IMDb page, it still says plot is unknown.
To everyone, including the filmmakers.
Yeah, but as well as the genius idea to put King Arthur and Lancelot and all of that in, the film apparently is also going to feature another well-known character, Hitler.
You know what? I very nearly said Dracula there.
That might have made more sense.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that's not as dumb.
So, yeah, so apparently, this isn't like confirmed or anything, but apparently the Sun wrote an article saying that they've heard that Hitler is going to be one of the characters
in the plot that still is unknown.
in
come
Transformers,
out?
the
I've got it
last
written down
Did you,
somewhere.
did you say that was written in the Sun?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
okay.
definitely
So-
true then.
Yeah, but it's an interesting thing to know because I was a bit like, okay, Hitler?
Trying
Right?
to find when I talk.
So, yeah.
Mixing with
So,
King Arthur.
King Arthur.
mixing with
And
King
the
Arthur
Transformers.
and Lancelot and the Transformers.
I can't see where this film would go wrong. You know.
I mean, yeah, I can understand why it just says plot is unknown because it just sounds like it just sounds
Nobody
like
knows
we
what's
don't know.
happening.
We don't know. I feel like they all sat in a room going, okay, we're gonna add Hitler in and the King Arthur and let's pitch something else and Dracula
it
might
sounds-
actually come up at one point.
It sounds less like a film or like a script meeting and more like a game of cards against humanity.
Maybe that's how they're writing the plot, just
Yeah.
pulling cards out at random and seeing what happens.
Yeah, so there's that.
I think
Finally.
Sorry, I think
Sam.
Michael Bay's tagline should now be, "I still don't get it."
Yeah. Finally, we haven't really talked about this on the podcast. There's going to be an emoji movie, and it's now not just called
Yeah, where's the release date? I've got it
Emoji
here
Movie.
somewhere.
So that's exciting.
The Emoji Movie in August next year.
So the Emoji Movie is now called Emoji Movie Express Yourself.
Which is the
Yeah.
worst. It angers me. I
And
think.
if you
Like
think,
I can't cope.
if you
with
think
this
that is
idea.
bad, then I'm just going to read the synopsis because it sounds great. Okay, so the synopsis goes: the basic story of this finds T.J. Miller as Gene, a meh emoji, who's supposed to act just like his equally meh parents. But a strange hiccup in his wiring has given him a whole range of expressions that should be beyond him. Desperate to return to normality in his home city of Textopolis, Gene recruits the help of his best pal, High Five, who's played by James Corden, a notorious code breaker emoji, Jailbreak. But on their app venture, through the different application worlds of their user's phone, they discover a great danger threatening every emoji.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
What is that? That's just nonsense.
And
Can I ask about the phrase a famous code breaking emoji?
Yeah.
yeah, because they go on to say that the High Five character is the High Five emoji, but who is a highly motivated and highly dramatic
High five.
character, which is always lovable, and James Corden fits this part like a glove. Explains the apologetic director.
What is it? I don't even
Anthony
understand.
Leondis is the person doing
I don't
this.
even understand what this movie is.
This whole thing makes no
I like-
sense.
It's a world of emoji. What does that even mean?
I feel
I
like
don't
this was
know.
written by a bunch of people who sat down and smoked a lot of weed, and
So-
they went, "Guys, wouldn't it be cool if you had like a
Emoji.
movie?"
No,
with,
somebody
like,
watched
emojis?"
Wreck-It Ralph and completely misunderstood what made that film awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because it's
I think it sounds like a group of people who were trapped in a room until they came up with an idea.
Can't
Yeah.
believe you've written a movie.
because I think it's one of
But
those.
they were so kind of asinine that all they could think was look at their phones and say, "Oh, emojis! Let's write a movie about that. Brilliant! We start filming in 2 days."
You know, it's just, I just,
It just sounds like a really strange idea for film.
yeah, the idea of doing it doesn't make any
I mean,
sense.
until I see a trailer or until I see something, I can't really judge it. I mean, the synopsis sounds.
They're just
Insane.
desperately
Hands down.
grasping at some level of storyline.
Well, they've also, as well as the Emoji Movie, they've also apparently now doing a Fruit Ninja movie.
This is the go with the Tetris trilogy. Are they still doing the Tetris trilogy?
Apparently, the
The
Tetris,
Tetris
trilogy
trilogy.
is the thing. Because I'm not sure how you could do a Tetris film, and then the fact that it's a trilogy, and I'm just
You know what
gonna
is
cry
happening
in
in
this
this
world.
world?
I'm just gonna cry in the corner. Cause
You know what? The
it's,
Tetris trilogy sounds like a shoegaze band from the mid-90s.
Also, adding to WTF News, I think we said the F word enough, so I'm just going to say WTF News. They're remaking Big Trouble in Little China, aren't they?
Yeah, so, Jay wanted to bring this point up, I think, of the fact that Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Hey, hang on, you didn't say, hang on, this is new information.
This is brand new information. What is happening?
So, hang on, The Rock, okay, carry on.
So, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be in the remake of Big Trouble in Little China, and he said that he had asked the original film director, John Carpenter, for his sort of approval. But then it was put to John Carpenter, and he said, "No one's talked to me about it. Haven't heard a thing." So obviously, 1986, John Carpenter made Big Trouble in Little China, and now they're remaking it. Like, they remake everything, and yeah, it's just the shocking fact that he hasn't
Okay,
been told anything.
I was hugely against this, but now that The Rock's involved,
Can I stress the
I'm-
Rock's also in Jumanji?
yeah, that's kind of the only thing making me think Jumanji might work. I love The Rock is just fun.
The Rock is just remaking every film that's
Yeah.
ever been made. Are they
He's-
going to do Chinatown with The Rock?
He's just fun, though, isn't he? He's
Love
just
it.
fun.
He is fun.
Everyone always refers to him as Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Is that like on his birth certificate?
Yes. Yes. it
Yeah,
is.
I think he
possibly.
can't. I think he tried to escape the title of The Rock, didn't he, for a while, and just went back to his regular name, but he just couldn't get away from it. I seem to recall that. I seem to recall that for a time he was just
The
Dwayne
Rock.
Johnson, and
Yeah.
and then
Oh, right, yeah.
but people kept calling him The Rock anyway. Yeah, I think he's just kind of stuck with it now.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So you-
yeah, so that's
Do you like The Rock then? Because
I kind of do, especially in comedies.
yeah,
He's just kind of he's just kind of fun.
yeah, I'm sort of fairly neutral on The Rock. It's kind of like he's in things like was it The Mummy, Scorpion King, or something like that.
Yeah, I
There's been
remember
a
him in
few
Scorpion
different things. It's kind of looked at me and go, yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
alright.
he's not bad, but he's not spectacularly good either. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of, he doesn't ruin anything. So that's
No.
great.
But, I mean, it's kind of like he's sort of this generation's Arnold, but
Yeah.
Arnold was at least so bad,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
because he just can't act at all.
So your complaint here is The Rock is not terrible in it?
Yeah.
The Rock isn't a
He's
bad enough
not.
actor.
He's just kind of too bland, as it were. He's not extreme
Yeah.
in any direction. He's not
Mm.
brilliant, or he's not terrible, or he's not. He kind of. I just sort of don't notice.
He
him
is
as
the
much
meh
as you
emoji.
do. Perhaps, yeah.
I like that link. That's a good link. That's a good link. So just a slight aside because I was looking up the Jumanji remake the other day. Do you know they've like unveiled the character names? The character names are interesting.
They're weird, aren't they? Yeah.
They're really, really
Yeah.
weird. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You can't say it any other way.
Well, he's on IMDb. It's just Dwayne Johnson. Is playing Dr. Smolder Bravestone.
That's an excellent name.
So that's his
I'm
character
so
name, which is
excited.
a bit random. But then
That sounds like someone's D&D name.
Kevin Hart is playing Moose Finbar.
I went to school with a kid named Finbar Fleming, so every
thought you
time
were
you
gonna
say
say
that,
Moose, then I was
with a
like-
guy called Moose. And I went to school in Glastonbury, so there were a lot of very strange names. Finbar was actually a nice normal one.
So Finbar, okay. Jack Black is playing Professor Shelley Oberon, which is
No, that's still kind of weird.
it's a bit weird.
That's
but
still
it's-
mystical in some kind of odd way.
And Karen Gillan is playing Ruby Roundhouse.
See,
Which is a porn name.
there's they all are. They're all porn
All
parody
kind
names.
of, yeah.
But there's rumors, isn't there, that this is set in a video game rather than a board game.
Yeah,
Oh.
there
So
are
they've kind of
rumours about
modernised
that.
That
Oh,
kind
so it's
of
kind
makes sense.
So it's like Captain N, the Game Master.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of for like one of those Monkey Island type
Yes,
games.
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of sounds like that.
Actually, yeah.
That sort of and they look kind of like that as well, don't
Yeah.
they? So that could actually be interesting.
Mm. Oh,
Still-
I hope they've got the people who made Monkey Island here, right?
Just
Yeah.
to
Can they,
point
can they
out
go? Can they
that,
go find the people who made Monkey
Yeah,
Island?
just get
and
them to rewrite
do
Jumanji now.
something?
Yeah.
just to point out that it is yet another film listed on IMDb that just says plot unknown.
Oh, okay. Is that
But you can
Jumanji?
add a plot.
Hang on. What, was that
Shall we
Jumanji?
add a plot?
Yeah, Jumanji. It says
Well,
just plot unknown.
We've kind of skipped over Big Trouble in Little China for a
We don't
second.
want
there.
Yeah, we
talk
have.
about
Yeah,
it.
sorry.
Yeah, no, remaking that is a ridiculous idea, especially without
So-
John Carpenter's blessing.
Yeah, so that I suppose is the biggest news. I mean, literally, it was posted like 3 hours ago. That from recording this podcast.
Jay
So
is
it's like-
incredibly upset about the situation.
Yeah,
he is.
Jay
He
is
was
really-
very. He like messaged us to say, "I can't be there, but you'd better talk about this."
So we are talking about this. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if you are listening,
I like you.
Which you
Christian
don't.
loves you.
we like you, but you have to talk to John Carpenter before you make Big Trouble in Little China, or just don't make Big Trouble in
Well,
Little
if it's
China.
only
really.
if it's very new news, it might still not get made or whatever. There's
Yeah.
a lot of processes to go through.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's
Exactly.
kind of like because it's such an odd film the first time round, and
It is.
such a unusual
I haven't
film.
long seen it actually because I didn't see
Yeah,
it
we
for
saw it on Monday.
ages, and I watched it. I borrowed the DVD from somebody the other day to watch it. I was like,
A couple of weeks ago. No, a bit longer than that.
strange film, but yeah,
But yeah, no, it is a very unique film
yeah,
that you kind of feel like, why attempt that
yeah,
again?
It's a weird choice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
It possibly
that
is just because we've gone through everything else.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've run out of things.
We've
to
run
do.
out of stories.
People just looking at their DVD
Oh, well.
collections and going, we made that. Let's do that. Yeah. So that's all of my what the fuck movie news. Yeah,
That was pretty. Yeah, that's covered everything that I've got.
yeah. So That's pretty what the fuck. Tune in next week for more what the fuck movies.
Yeah, I feel like I've lost several IQ points from discussing some of these.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well,
some
so what's in the cinema at the moment?
collective
Has anybody seen anything? Has anybody seen Inferno? New Dan Brown? Tom
No,
Hanks
do you
doing this
know,
thing?
I'm so torn with this film because I've read most of the books, which I actually quite liked, despite a lot of people not.
Is it the fourth film? in the series?
No, it's the third.
Third.
I wanna
It's
say
the
third.
third one. But the films were terrible, and they change random things in it. So I can't remember which Angels and
Angels and
Demons.
Demons.
Yeah.
The priest character in that, which I think was played by Ewan McGregor, pretending to be Irish. But in the book, he's Italian. So I don't know why they randomly changed it to a completely.
They always do
Is
that
that
sometimes.
Italian pretending to be Irish, or
Yes, everybody was pretending to be Irish. But
They
no,
are odd
it
choices.
but it's just
Yeah.
it made no sense to change it. Like I understand with when you adapt things that you have to change it because certain things are just not going to work on film or they just don't add to the storyline in the right way. But that seemed like an utterly pointless change. But
Yeah.
now this third
Could it
one
be-
is
sorry,
it's got Ben Foster in it, who I love. But I don't want to watch it because I still think they've screwed it up. But yeah, but I want to watch it because it's got Ben Foster in it, who I think is an amazing actor.
Yeah, he is a good actor. Yeah.
I'm conflicted.
But at the end of the day, none of us have bothered to see it yet.
No.
could it
No.
be though? The reason they change things like that apparently at random is to do with because there were quite a few court cases and things, weren't there, going on? So if when they were, either writing it or in script meetings or things like that, if the court cases were still going on, it could be that the studio stepped in just to, make it less like the other properties
Okay.
that they were thinking of.
Perhaps.
Seems
I
to
mean, for
happen.
instance, they do a lot of things like that. Alien, the original Alien film. Halfway through the kind of production schedule, they came in and they said, okay, we're going to change all the names of the characters and we're going to gender flip a few characters, which is why Ripley ended up being a female because she
Yeah.
was originally written as a male.
Mhm.
And the reason they did that was because they thought if they changed the genders of the characters, they wouldn't have to pay the writers for the property, which obviously didn't work, but it's why they had,
Right.
and it's why Ripley's not a kind of a classically female heroine in it.
Yeah.
She acts
She's
like a
actually
male
like
hero.
a normal human being.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Because she originally was a man,
Right.
and it has just happened that they
What a
gender swapped it.
weird way to create one of the most iconic female
Yeah.
heroes.
Yeah.
Okay. With a bit of movie news, we're just going to reverse a little bit.
Mhm.
We forgot to talk about Tommy Wiseau.
Oh,
Actually,
how
yeah.
did we forget?
How did we forget?
How do we blank that from our memories?
So for the next episode of this, we're doing a thing where we're searching for the worst film ever, and we've ended up watching The Room. But we've
Yeah.
already recorded that episode.
Yeah.
We're all out of sequence.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
There was
canonically, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
no, yeah. Matt's staying in character. He told me that didn't happen.
Matt has not seen that. I have blocked it out of my mind largely.
I
so.
actually can't forget it. I
But-
keep constantly just remembering something and laughing about it. It's so good.
But The Room was obviously a famously bad movie.
Yep.
And Tommy Wiseau was a famous lunatic. And
Yes.
basically, listen to next week's episode to find out what we found out about that. If you've never heard of The Room, then we'll discuss it there. If you have and you want to hear just us being baffled by it, then that's for
it
next
really
week.
is a treat. I mean, I imagine.
You imagine in the
Yeah.
future, in the future past,
It may or may not be a treat.
as we recorded it in the future, the past and the future past, like in that terrible X-Men film. But yes,
Which one?
Brain hurts now.
Days of Future Past.
You're gonna have
Oh,
to
which
narrow it
one?
down a
No,
little
That
yeah.
doesn't
bit.
narrow it down very
Yeah.
much.
So Tommy Wiseau, news has come out. Katie's got it up on her laptop, I'm sure, that he is making a new film, or he's in a new film.
He's in a new film. He's
With,
not the director.
The guy who played Mark, his name immediately has escaped me.
Greg Sestero?
Big sister, yeah.
Sestero.
The two of them are in a film. They didn't write it or direct it or anything.
It's written by Greg, apparently, because
Oh, it's okay.
in the trailer it says by the award-winning writer of... I can't remember what the documentary was. The book he wrote. You know, he
Yeah,
wrote
the
a
book
book
he wrote
about
The Room, right.
Yeah, about the making of The Room.
It did, didn't it? Yeah,
So
from the
it's
author of.
yeah.
So he
it's
wrote the
him
film and then
that's
they've
written
come
it,
together.
and then they've come together, and there's I can't remember who the director is. Kayla, have to help me with this.
What was
It's
the
a
film
separate
called? Because
director.
people should look it up and watch the
Best
trailer.
Friends,
Best
but the
Friends.
is kind of taken out, so it's Best fiends.
So best friends, but the R in friends is in brackets.
As in
Yes.
Yes.
Square brackets.
In square brackets, okay.
Square brackets.
So try and find that online and watch the
Very
trailer. It's
specific.
quite a treat.
Put it in the show notes. We'll just add the link to the
We will, yeah.
trailer
It's
on the show notes.
it was quite something.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I've seen the
odd.
trailer, but I don't understand what it's about.
Yeah,
no.
neither do we actually.
He needs money for karate lessons.
yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
His family's been
His
kidnapped.
family's been
It
kidnapped.
starts off.
By
the trailer-
ninjas.
The trailer starts off him wandering through the desert.
Covered in blood.
Yeah.
Then he's suddenly teleported into the middle of a city, and he's still covered in blood. And he's
Yeah.
got a sign that says, "Family kidnapped by ninjas need $4 for karate lessons."
Oh, I think it maybe just means
Just
need dollars
dollars
for
for
karate
karate
lessons.
lessons.
Oh, right,
Four is
okay.
a number.
No,
Number
I
four
I mean,
being
either
the
way,
four.
that doesn't
Maybe.
make much more sense.
It's because he wrote the
So-
dollar symbol and the letter number 4 next to it.
Yeah.
So it does
Yeah.
look like $4, but I
It
think it
does.
means need money for.
$4. Yeah. Yeah.
I just like the
It's bad
specific.
planning.
I like the specific number that I need exactly $4 to
Yes.
get these karate.
He's
lessons.
found an introductory karate class
Yeah.
at the YMCA that costs $4.
Well, no, he's got the 36 already. He just
Oh,
needs
okay,
four
good,
more.
yeah.
That's gonna-
Yes.
four more. He's not greedy.
Just short.
He's going to beg for the exact amount that he needs.
Excellent work.
So just
And then
just,
after that, there's stuff about teeth.
Yeah, that's never mentioned again.
yeah, I'm not sure.
His family didn't come up again in the
the.
trailer.
No, there's also a
He's-
disturbing part of it where somebody is covered in Vaseline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For no
Again, which is
reason
not
again.
mentioned again.
No,
afterwards.
we have no idea why he's covered in Vaseline.
So yeah, it sounds interesting because after there's a lovely quote that I've just found from Tommy Wisesau. This just says, after watching Best Friends or Fiends, I'm not sure how I say this film.
Say friends.
Let's just say Friends.
We'll go with
After
Friends.
watching Best Friends, your mind will find paradise.
What?
That's
Okay.
says Wisesau.
Okay.
That's-
Sure, why
I mean,
not?
that sounds great.
I mean,
Let's do
I'm
that.
gonna
It's-
watch it.
It's directed by Gary Fong.
It's
says
got,
here,
I can't say any further than that. I'm gonna see it out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah,
It says
I
the
think we can't not see it.
the distribution plan is still in the works, but the filmmakers are aiming
might not
for
be
a
out for a
theatrical
while.
release.
Might
So
not
at
be
the
out for a
moment they've
while.
just made it and they've launched a trailer and
I'm not sure I can wait.
How?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should contact him directly. Get him on the show.
get
Oh
Tommy
my
Wiseau on
god,
the
that
show.
would be amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm making it happen. Let's do this.
Life made.
Life it. This starts here.
That would get us. That would elevate the show. I think.
It would,
Yeah,
I feel.
definitely. I feel like we should try.
I don't know. I did a kind of slightly dodgy impression of him.
You did
In
actually.
a week's time.
You will have done a
yet.
slightly
We,
dodgy
You will have
impression
done
of him.
some- Somehow.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, movie news.
Yeah, movie news. Well,
Covered.